75% of Indians or the majority still is not financially free.
I'm still waiting for that 1 rupee kg rice, struggling to pay my hospital bills, sending my son or daughter to a school where there's no teacher. I'm somebody who just lost my loved ones in the last pandemic because I could not pay the hospital bills. I'm somebody who is still living in a hut where if there is rain, I have to worry, where do I live? I still don't have freedom. It's just that British used to rule me earlier, now someone else is ruling. How does it matter to me? Just because I'm poor, my life is not valued. What freedom I have?
Where did we go wrong?
We fail to identify the core drivers which can help people achieve financial freedom.
It's a sad truth of the society. One, if it's a male kid, he will go to the English medium school.
Giving equal education to everyone. That didn't become our priority. What became our priority is giving freebies. The only option is give them skills, give them good education, make them strong. You can never become a powerful country without having powerful citizens. The only humble request as an Indian I have got is please provide free and equal education to everyone. Increase our tax rates. Double it. I don't care.
The definition of financial freedom differs from individual to individual. For one group of people, it is I create my life. For another group, it is life happens to me. Which group do you belong to or which group do you want to belong to will be decided in this very video. Hi friends, my name is Sudheer and you're watching me on Freedom App's YouTube channel. Friends, this time we are going to celebrate 75th Independence Day. And being an Indian, I'm very happy and I'm very proud. But we really need to introspect whether we are really happy, whether we are really feeling that freedom from within. I have got somebody very special with me who believes in true leadership, and that is the reason most of the times you see him in the YouTube videos also. I have got with me Mr. C.S. Sudheer, CEO and founder of Freedom App. Sir, how are you?
I am good, Junaid. How are you?
I am, as always, confused. So I want to figure out, sir, this time we are going to celebrate 75th Independence Day. But I got to know 2 days ago you were talking to somebody and you told that 75% of Indians or the majority still is not financially free or they don't have that education. What was that, sir?
Now, I mentioned that freedom is not there. So when I said 75% people are not enjoying freedom, I meant that double F freedom, not the single F freedom.
Okay.
So financial freedom. I believe that, see, just imagine, think I'm a construction laborer, okay? Or I'm a laborer. I'm still waiting for that 1 rupee kg rice.
Correct.
I'm somebody who is still struggling to pay my hospital bills. I am still sending my son or daughter to a school where there's no teacher. I am somebody who just lost my loved ones in the last pandemic because I could not pay the hospital bills. I am somebody who is still living in a hut where if there is rain, I have to worry, where do I live? I still don't have freedom. Do I? It's just that British used to rule me earlier, now someone else is ruling. How does it matter to me?
Valid question.
I still don't have freedom. Right? So now, if India, I mean, all of us, right? I'm a very proud Indian. I believe because I had all reasons to go out of India, build my career, make money, take care of my family, live a better life.
Correct.
But then the reason I'm staying back, I want to do better because it's my, motherland.
Correct.
And running away from here is not a choice. Running away from here is not the solution. I have to live here. I have to make things better. I have to ensure that those who are, helpless, those who are
needy ones,
the needy ones, they are served. They are uplifted. And how is it going to happen? See, financial freedom is super important. Think about it here. See, what do you do with money? You eat food. Ultimately, whenever you feel hungry, you should be able to eat what you love to eat.
Correct.
At least the basic ones.
Correct.
If you don't have this freedom, it's not freedom.
No.
Agree with me?
It's not. Agree.
Right? Whatever you call it as financial freedom or freedom. I am not able to buy what I love to eat, man. Or at least to, fill my tummy. I'm not able to satisfy my hunger. What kind of freedom I have? The second one, which is again very, very important, is I should be able to buy at least the basic clothes I need.
Of course.
You still see people wearing dirty clothes, torn clothes. They don't have dress.
Food, shelter, clothes,
Yeah.
basic necessity.
The third, I should at least have a basic place to live, right?
Correct.
I still see many people in Bangalore, living on footpath.
Sad truth.
Sheds, very small huts. The third important thing. And the fourth one, again, very, very important. Whenever I fall sick, I should be able to treat myself.
Of course, yes.
I should get the basic health care. Just because I'm poor, my life is not valued. What freedom I have?
Big question.
Just because I'm poor, my life is not valued. People don't care whether I die or alive. I mean, I don't want to live a street dog's life here.
Even at the time of needs, relatives don't pick up your phones.
Absolutely, right? See,
That's
now,
what happens.
forget about that. I mean, my point here is, if I'm enjoying freedom, I have to have this. The fifth and the most important, I've got freedom. The day I'm able to send my kid to a school where my Prime Minister's grandson is studying, where the richest person of my country, his son or his grandson is studying. The day my son is able to get equal education, I would say I've got freedom. Until then, I don't have freedom. These five, if I can get, I've got freedom. And these five you get only when you have financial freedom. Okay. The reason we call our freedom app with that extra F is because of that.
So you have put across very valid points, and every individual has a right to all these things. So what do you think, where are we lagging behind? Where did we go wrong?
See, I think right after independence, our leaders, of course, I mean, I don't want to, frame anybody saying that they didn't work hard or they didn't have the right vision. Probably they understood it wrong. They got it wrong. They thought a socialistic approach where I keep distributing freebies, will make people have good life.
Correct.
What they fail to do is creating that ecosystem which makes each individual intellectually strong and equal. When you have intellectually weak people, you create a segment of people who are intellectually weak. There are two kinds of people. One, intellectually strong. Other one is intellectually weak. Now these intellectually weak people, earlier, I mean probably 15-20 years back, they would have probably become dumb.
Correct.
And they would have become servants.
Now basically
Right?
slaves.
Slaves. But today, the intellectually weak people are becoming cruel. They are becoming antisocial. That's the challenge, right? So I think where they went wrong, where we went wrong as a country is, we failed to identify the core drivers which can help people achieve financial freedom. So what can help people achieve financial freedom? It is equal education. We failed. In fact, it was there. The education system was actually pretty much same for everyone. We allowed private schools to come up to provide better quality education. What happened? Government schools started closing down. Government schools quality of education went down. Even within private schools, some are good, some are very bad, some are worse.
And the cost of education is too high.
Absolutely. The very next thing they did is, the other mistake they did is healthcare again. They made the same mistake there. In healthcare as well they did that. In fact, coming back to education, they created state syllabus, CBSE, ICSE. Then they created a bigger damage to the system, and by doing all that, even in the healthcare segment, I think, just imagine how cruel I'll become. I see my own family member dying in front of my eyes, not because there's no treatment for him. I can't afford the treatment.
Same thing. A lot of family people, when they have say 3 kids, because of their financial condition, they are not able to give good education to all the kids. Maybe one, for example, if it's a sad truth of the society, one, if it's a male kid, he will go to the English medium school, and the girls will have to compromise. This also has happened because of the cost of education is so high.
Absolutely. I think this is all because of that fundamental, prioritization. What is my priority? As a country, as a nation, if I want to be the superpower, if I have to make sure my citizens live a respectful life, dignified life, what should be my priority as a nation? Giving equal education to everyone. That didn't become our priority. What became our priority is giving freebies. See, you can satisfy my hunger, man, but not my aspirations.
Of course.
You make me strong enough to, achieve my aspirations. I'll take care of my necessities. But actually, I think, see, I won't say that, there was no need to give freebies. There was a need. People were starving for 3 times food, or 2 times food. And they came up with food security bill to giving free rice or food grains. That was a necessity. I don't deny that. But just because you're doing that, how long? Even after 75 years of independence, why are we still doing it? And why is that still a big item in your election manifesto? Why political parties are still, getting their votes because of that? That's a dangerous development, and I think that should not be done.
Of course.
We need to fix this, very carefully as fast as possible. If we don't fix it now, it's going to be a danger.
Do you think that this reservation system also plays a role in this?
I think India, if it is still one country, it is because of reservation. If reservation wouldn't have been there, probably the segments who were ignored, the segments which were actually pushed down, the segments which were, neglected, they would have actually divided this country. But because of reservation, the people who were not even allowed inside our house, today they are ruling our country. They are in important positions. I agree. There are, here and there people are misusing reservation, which is anyway there. But my point is, today, reservation won't do much because most of us don't go to private school, government schools. Most of us don't wait for government jobs.
We want government jobs, but don't want to send our kids to government schools.
No, but I think even both.
That is
today. Government jobs and government schools, only there you can work around the reservation part. When you go for government and private schools or private jobs, or you want to start entrepreneurship, your reservation won't really make any difference. So my point here is, reservation actually helped us in the initial days. But now what we need to do is, we need to think about equal society, where we have to bring in that free and equal education to everyone, empower everyone, make sure that they're strong enough to compete with each other. Just because I'm born to a poor family, I should not be deprived of high quality education.
Of course not. That is your right to education. Correct. So now, sir, we have spoken about the causes. We have spoken about where we lagged behind. Now, please tell us, what is the solution to it?
No, I think if my government, if my leaders, if they are really concerned about this country, this future, the future of our 140 crore people, our next generation, then the only humble request as an Indian I have got is, please provide free and equal education to everyone. Increase our tax rates, double it. I don't care.
But again,
please provide.
Common people might not be able to pay the.
No, but I think, see,
taxes.
Those who are not paying tax anyway will not pay.
Those
who are paying tax, for example, for my kids, I spend lots of money every year for their education. I don't mind transferring that entire amount to Prime Minister's Education Fund. You provide equal and free education to everyone. See, today I can afford to send my kids to a good school, but I still want them to go to a government school where there is free and equal education to everyone. I'm not able to make that choice today, and just because I've got these principles in life, I'm not able to make that decision and send my kids to government school today. Because tomorrow, my kids, when they grow up, they'll point out at me and say that you cheated us by sending us to government school just because of your principles. Because of that, our life is spoiled. Because the quality of education in government schools is going down. The government school teachers are not upgrading. I'm an output of government school. I studied from first standard to graduation, everything in government school, government college. I just spent 15,000 all in total in fees, fees. But then today things have changed. After 2005, 2006, because of internet, computers, things have changed. But our teachers, our lecturers have not upgraded themselves. So I can't afford to risk my kids' future.
Of course.
But today, think about it. The reason why I say everyone should study together. When I was growing up, I used to sit with, the other poor kids in the same school. Fortunately, I was from a middle class family, at least well-to-do in terms of food or the clothing. I used to see my classmates coming in a torn shirt, which was stitched so many times. I used to see my classmates coming to school without having breakfast. I used to see them coming to school, completely drenched in rain because they didn't have money to buy an umbrella or a raincoat those days. So I think I've seen all that, and that helped me to develop these values in life. But my worry here is, today I'm sending my kids to good school, but they will not be able to develop these values without studying along with the bottom of the pyramid. When they study with the weaker section of the society, they'll understand life. I want them to know what is hunger, what is hunger, what is discrimination, what is poverty. I don't think my kids will experience it today, right? But I want them to at least study with such people. They should then understand. See, the whole idea here is this: India has to become a superpower. We have to do it. In our lifetime, we should see that happening. And it can't happen if it doesn't capitalize, monetize its demographic dividend. The youngest country in the world today, because of the average age group of Indians. But then we are not doing enough to capitalize it. How do we do that? The only option is give them skills, give them good education, make them strong. You can never become a powerful country without having powerful citizens.
Of course.
You have to create powerful citizens, and that requires a solid education system. I'm sure, everyone knows that people would say that Government of India is working on new education policy, the NEP. But then the implementation is very weak. I've read through that, I've gone through it. I don't think anytime in the next 10-15 years that will make any significant difference. So what we need to do right away is a transformational change, a radical change. And it can be done, it's not difficult.
And that is happening
if government was able to chalk out such a strong, robust, a plan to avoid or probably handle COVID kind of pandemic, why not our government and our leaders, our bureaucrats sitting together for weeks to come up with a strong education system?
Correct.
Possible, right? So I think only then we will be able to provide that financial freedom to people. And if we don't do it, I would say we just have freedom for the name's sake. We are not enjoying it. We are not experiencing it. Freedom has to be experienced. I should feel that. When I wake up in the morning, I should not think of, hey, where do I go and have food today? How do I send my kids to good school? These basics have to be taken care of.
Now I can actually relate with him. He has gone through a lot of ups and downs in his life also. In his earlier age, as he said that he went to government school, and that is how he has the power to empathize with the poor people. That is how he started this company, Indian Money it was earlier, now it is Financial Freedom app. It is for the change of the society. If you want to travel a long distance, that distance starts from one step. That one step you have to take today. There is a famous saying that if you want to help somebody, you give a fish to somebody, he will be fed once. But if you want him to feed himself for the entire life, then teach him the art of fishing. So that is what we do at Financial Freedom app. There are a lot of courses available. You want to become a businessman, you want to become a farmer, we have got all the things covered. Thank you so much, sir, once again for giving us your time, and hopefully the viewers have they have come to know that what is the ultimate solution to this. Hopefully this independence will bring a change in our life. Thank you so much once again for watching the video. Since this is a YouTube channel, please do subscribe to it, spread it among your family members, and definitely we will see a better tomorrow. Thank you so much.